This video will be about the pros and cons of homeschooling in high school online. So stay tuned because I got a lot to tell you. This video is in response to a viewer, Grave Silk, who's 14 years old and in high school, and she had a question about homeschooling online. She said she's been in high school for a long time, or for 2 years. Okay, so she's been in high school pretty early, and she wants to do homeschooling online. She wants to take her high school experience and she wants to start online, and she needs some good reasons why homeschooling in high school online would be better than going in the classroom on your traditional campus. So I want to go ahead and show you her question right here. First, I want to say thank you, Grave Silk, for viewing the video and leaving a question. I will be so happy to help you in your decision making and giving your information to your parents. I would love to help. I hope this is going to be a helpful video. I wanted to come from a different perspective on giving you the pros and cons, because there is an upside and there is a downside to doing a online school and going into your traditional high school. So let's get started. Let's start with the pros. The first pro would be you can work at your own pace. You're not worrying about keeping up with the other students. You are working on a pace that fits you. So sometimes there are subjects that you're really good at and there's subjects that you struggle at. But when you get to the subjects that you struggle at, you can get a tutor and kind of work on that until you kind of catch up on that. And then you can go back to finishing your other work. You can pretty much pace out your work to fit you and what your personal need is. It's not based on a class setting and a class syllabus. You have your own. You're still keeping up with what you need to learn for the school year, but you can cater to the things that you really need to focus on and get tutoring done or get ahead, or you can really work at your own pace, and that's good. Another pro would be you can pick your own curriculum. Now, if you are doing your own private school, your own private homeschool, you have the benefit of picking your own curriculum. Now, there's other platforms to where you'll go through a academy. So it would be an online academy. In that case, you'll follow the curriculum that they have set out for you. But you can also add. So say if you're going to an online academy and you're going and you're homeschooling, you can also go through college courses, do a dual enrollment. There's ways to work around it to where it'll fit what your educational goals are. So if you are doing a private homeschool, you're able to be more proactive in the curriculum that you want. It'll be really up to you and what you're trying to set for your own curriculum and your own desire for your learning. Another pro would be you have more one-on-one time. So in an online school, there is a requirement for you to meet with your teacher at least once a month, with your parent and your teacher, to have a meeting. Sometimes you can schedule extra time, like say if you need to talk to a teacher, you need some tutoring, you need a little bit of extra help, you can always schedule extra time to speak with your teacher. Now, that can also be found in your traditional school, right? But I think the difference would be that a lot of times, because it's scheduled like every single month, you kind of get a little bit of extra time, because you're not scheduling every month in high school with a teacher to go over grades. Pretty much you got to be on your parents' signal for you would be the progress reports, right? So with an online school, a lot of times you can have a scheduled time once a month with the teacher to go over your progress and see if there's anything else you need to make sure you're turning in all your samples and things that you need to turn in. You have more of the parent has more of a it's more involved and can see what's going on with the student. So depending on what academy you're in or what online platform you're using, you have to look at their requirements, but it's usually you have a lot more one-on-one time with a teacher and a lot more small group, like you'll have small groups. You can meet up with different other homeschool parents and other kids or different co-ops. So you have a lot more one-on-one time, which is good. Another pro would be you're able to graduate early. Yes, you actually can work at your own pace. So if you're doing really good and you're handling all the workload and everything, you can work ahead and graduate early and earn those credits, especially in an independent study program. So that's usually in an independent study program. They give you a certain amount of work. You go ahead and do that work, you finish it, and you earn credit for how much work you got completed. So depending on your program that you're in, you can actually graduate early. You want to make sure that you're getting all the work you need to do, and all the credits you need. But if you're in a good in a good program, you can definitely graduate early. Another pro would be you can take college courses. So if you have a academy that offers dual enrollment, or you're actually doing your own private homeschool, you can do dual enrollment courses. So you can get college courses. There are programs out there, there are platforms out there that allow you to do college work, and they're online. So you don't have to go in on campus. You can actually do online coursework and earn you some college courses, which is wonderful on your transcript. So that's a good one. Another pro would be, which is kind of sad just a little bit, but it's true, some people have experienced bullying and different issues in the social aspect of going to a traditional high school. And they don't have to experience that anymore. They can actually pick their friends outside of school. Yeah, so you could always pick your friends in different clubs that are not necessarily connected to the school that you're at where you're experiencing bullying. You can get involved in different art programs, different things that interest you, where you can find friends that are suitable for you, where you feel safe. So that's a wonderful pro, is that if you are experiencing any type of bullying or anything at your school where you don't feel safe, well, you're at home. You feel safe. You're in your safe place. I like this one. This one is, you don't have to worry about being late or absent ever. There should never be an excuse of why you are late or absent when you are doing online school. You are making your schedule and you're keeping to your own schedule. So it shouldn't be no reason why you're late or absent, unless it's a complete emergency if you're absent. But even if there's something that is emergency, most of the times you can finish your work that day. So you don't have to worry about being absent for school. You will have excellent attendance. Now that concludes the pros. Now let's get into the cons. First con would be, which is the reason why my son started going, would be it's hard to find a really good sports program that is not expensive. So you would have to really kind of sacrifice, if you're a sports person, you want to run track, you want to do football, you want to do basketball. Now there's some programs where you can play basketball, like an AAU program. I think also in football too. Is it in baseball? It might be in baseball, but it's just you have to pay for that, and that's more expensive. So that's one thing that you would have to sacrifice, would be the sports program. It's harder. You would have to pay a lot more money in order to be in something that they're having that would be outside a public school or traditional, like private school, or your traditional high school. So yeah, that's kind of what made my boys kind of be like, Mom, we gotta go. Con number 2 would be, you have to really be careful to make sure you know the credit requirements. Yes, if you are planning on going to college, whatever your college plans are, you have to be on it. So you are your own educational advocate. So you have to know what is going on. So if you do, I would suggest making sure that you get involved in an academy, because usually they have accreditation. So you want to be in an accredited school. It is important in high school that you are with an accredited school, so that you have all the accreditation, all the credits you need to be able to graduate. Yes, because you can still, in certain states, you can still graduate, but you want to graduate with the right credits so that you can transfer to a college and get credit for that. So another one would be, you have to be your own educational counselor. So you have to be your own advisor. Usually when you have, you're in a school, you would, walk in, you'll have an advisor. They'll tell you, some of the requirements that you need, especially in the 11th and 12th grade. You want to make sure that, you're on the right track. You're taking your your CAT, SAT, all that, all of your testing and everything is complete, and you're on your way to hit those educational goals. Well, you have to really be proactive in your own goals, and studying and checking out what is required in each state, in your state, with your college board. All that you have to know, and you have to study. You have to talk to counselors. You have to have your parents be involved with that. So if you are planning on doing that, and you want to take some, like, say if you're planning on just taking courses where you're getting a tech program, you want to be on that you're making sure you're getting the right courses for the right school, right? And you're taking everything that you need to be able to hit those educational goals after high school. So you want to have a counselor. You want to be connected with some type of counselor, some type of program that keeps you informed. Okay, so this con would be for a parent. Okay, so this would be because, parents, we don't like seeing our kids online all day long. Okay, so you would have to be proactive of making time offline. So you have to, constantly make sure that they're not being distracted with, Instagram, TikTok, games, all that, because it can be very distracting. So I would say you have to be, as a student, you have to be really responsible with the time you use online. You get online, you get your work done, and the time that you should be online doing your work, and the time where you have free time to do your social media and do stuff like that. It's really important for you as a student to be responsible. So for parents, that will be a con. Okay, so another con would be, for some platforms, there's not a big graduation ceremony. There are some graduation, most of them, I think they have it, but say if you're doing it private homeschool, you got to make your own ceremony. I know from when my children graduated from their earlier grades, I would have to do like a party or something for them. Also, I had an 8th grader who did an online, who did online school, and there was like a parent co-op where they put together a graduation for all their students. So you have to really be proactive about the graduation ceremony. You want to graduate, you want to celebrate. So get into a program. If you're not doing private homeschool, get into a program, an online program that does that, where they'll have a graduation ceremony, if that is important to you. And the last one would be the social aspect, which will be dances and rallies and different little events that happens at school. You'll miss those. Those are fun. It's good to make friends. A lot of times in high school, you'll make lasting friends. So you have to really be proactive online about getting into some groups and making sure that you have some social groups and some clubs you're in so that you can make lasting friendships. That's very important. Okay, so that concludes pros and cons of high school online. I hope that was very helpful to you. I know there is a lot more pros and cons, but I can't get it all in this video. If you have any that you want to go ahead and discuss, leave it in the comment section. We would love it and appreciate it. Share what you think is the good side, the upside, and maybe the downside of both your traditional and your online homeschool. So I know there's many opinions out there on that. Keep it nice, keep it kind, but it's true. There's some pros and cons in every situation, okay? Let's keep it real. I hope that was helpful to you. Please stay tuned because I will be posting more on the subject. Thanks again to all the viewers and all the comments left, and to Grave Silk who left the comment and asked the question. I really appreciate your question, and I hope this was a great video that would help you. Have a wonderful day and blessings to you and your family. Bye. If you like what you heard in this video, check out my next video, which is on a private homeschool versus an online academy. If you like what you heard, check that out. You might like what you hear on the next one. Thanks for watching.